tons of yeses. Okay, so you know that event is it's held in October. We had it in Dallas last year. It was freaking awesome. Great hotel. Just everything worked out really, really well. We're having it there again, but they've got a much bigger room, like one that's 3 times that size, to hold way more people. And so what we're probably going to do is open up our tickets for that event next week. And if you're going to come and you plan to come, we'd love if you get a ticket next week so that we can get a count and see if we need to go to the really big room. Last year, we had some people that were kind of stuck standing behind. And as you know, we have more and more people, coming every year. So it is what it is. So look out for that next year. Some of you, the reason I thought about that is a lot of you are talking about my shirt. My shirt is this is one of our built-in profit shirts. I bought them in every single color to see which one I like. And then we gave away shirts at the event to everybody. So it was cool and it was fun. So look for that next week. So this week, what are we going to talk about? Well, you guys know that I have been kind of hammering home. All right, we'll pull this up. I've been hammering home how to profit from solo ads, okay? And you also know that I talked a lot to you about there's 2 different ways, that you can profit. And we've talked about both. We've talked about profiting as a seller and then, of course, profiting as a buyer. Now, when you are a buyer of solo ads, okay, so when you're in that phase of buying solo ads, in order to generate the money, you need some kind of profit center offer. Okay, because what's going to end up happening is this is where you make your money, right? So you're buying traffic, you're sending that traffic to that offer, and then boom, you have the opportunity to make money. Now, as a seller, that's not the case. As the seller, all you need is a buyer. And once you have a buyer, you make money, right? So super, super easy way for you to make money is to sell solo ads. Now, we had someone that we talked about last week that was on here that sold some solo ads, and she posted in the Success Connection group. So if you're not a member of the Success Connection group, you should become one. Although I don't know if you guys noticed, Facebook made some changes where they will no longer show a lot of your groups, the messages from your groups in your news feed. Did everybody see that update from Facebook? All right. I see lots of yeses. So if you saw that, you want to make sure that you go to your settings and you turn the Success Connection to all posts, or else you'll miss out on a lot of our posts, right? So super important to do that. But Facebook always making changes, like I said, always trying to crimp everybody's style. So anyway, the point is as a seller, okay, so as a seller, all you need is a buyer. All right. As a buyer, of course, you're going to need a profit center. That is a way to make money. That's why we released our ambassador program, like, what is it, 3-4 weeks ago, to give you some kind of a profit center inside of your ecosystem or inside of your business so that you can make money. Now, these profit centers, just so that you know, for those of you that are new, this could be an affiliate offer. It could be your own product if you've got your own product. It could be an e-com store, although I haven't really seen solo ads do a great deal of money for something like that. But these are the types of places that you can pretty much send traffic, right? Your own product. And of course, the easiest one out of all of that is the affiliate offer, because you're not having to do any work. Right? You're literally just sending traffic somewhere else and getting paid to do it, right? Again, that's a lot like our ambassador program, right? So tying things together for you. Okay, so what we want to look at today is, in this equation, how do you as a seller make money, and how do you actually get paid? So what I want to do is I want to talk to you a little bit. If you are a seller, okay, then there are a couple of things. Number one, how do you get paid? Okay, that's number one. And number two is, where do you find clients? So where can you find people that will actually buy these solo ads from you, right? Because this business is all about connecting the people that want traffic with the people that have traffic. Now, one of the things that, that a lot of people told me, they said, and a lot of people asked this question, they said, how many people do I need to have on my list in order to sell a solo ad? Here's the thing, you don't have to have many people at all in order to sell a solo ad. You can have a very small list and still sell solo ads and make money. I'm going to show you how in just a second. One of the things, through this, we call this kind of like the solo ad cycle, right? So this is kind of like the life cycle of a solo ad, but it's very simple in that you're going to have, and this is where I'm going to draw off of this, the new pieces that we're going to teach tonight. So you've got sellers over here, and they have these, what we call, email lists, okay? And they send out an email. And then, of course, you've got buyers, okay? And these buyers have what we call squeeze pages. Call them opt-in pages, squeeze pages, whatever you want to call them, that collect email addresses, right? And like I said, buyer goes over here to seller and pays per click, okay? And then the seller sends that traffic right over here to the buyer's squeeze page. And then the net result of that is that the buyer now has an email list, okay? So guess what? How many of you now see that you can be a buyer and a seller? Because I've taught this at least for 3 weeks now, and people seem to get confused and say, well, I'm buying solo ads, so I don't really know why I need to be selling them, or vice versa, right? Here's the thing. It's a cycle. If you buy a solo ad from somebody else, you build your list. Guess what you can do? You can very easily, like very, very easily, you've got this other person down here that's a buyer, okay? And they have a squeeze page like this. Look, there is nothing at all that says that you can't, and you should, send an email here, okay, which is sending them traffic. And what are they doing? They are literally coming to you, and they're paying you per click. See? So you can make this cycle go over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, right? Isabella says, I finally see this, I understand it now. This is probably the 5th time I've taught it the same way, but I like to make sure that you understand the cycle, because look, when you buy a solo ad, you automatically qualify yourself to be a seller of solo ads. Can you see how all it takes, really all it takes to be a seller of solo ads is you need to have a list that you can then generate clicks from. Does everybody see that? All right, hold on, I'm turning the air on in my house. It's 79 degrees in here. I have no clue how that happened. Okay, everybody sees that. All right, perfect. So the question is, how do we get started, right? So we've taught the theory behind this, okay? We've taught the theory, but now how do we get started? All right, so what can we do as a buyer and a seller to finally get things underway? All right. Well, there are multiple places and multiple ways that you can start to generate traffic and generate solo ad buyers and sellers. What I'm going to do is talk from the perspective of a seller first, okay? So if you are a seller, you kind of have 3 options, okay? And I kind of look at it as 2 options turn into the 3rd one. So let me kind of show you. Option number 1 is you can find buyers in Facebook groups, okay? That's option number 1. And this actually works really, really well, okay? Works very well. How many of you have sold a solo ad to your list in a Facebook group. Type the number 1 in if you have done that successfully right now. All right. I see Candy McCracken has, Betsy has, Kelly has. All right. I see lots of them coming in. Charlie has. Very good. Very, very good. Let's see, I got more people coming in. Chris has. Andre has. All right. So we got lots of people that have implemented this. Okay. Then you've got find buyers in a solo ad network. All right. Does anybody know what a solo ad network is? All right. I see a few people saying yes, lots of people saying no. Okay. Very good. Very, very good. All right. Lots of people. Okay. So there are networks. Okay. In other words, kind of like you can have a ClickFunnels account, you can have an account at these networks, and the networks bring together, okay, buyers and sellers, so that you can have a buyer, you can have a seller, you can match them up, and you can, of course, make money, okay, and build your list. All right, so there's networks. How many of you have sold a solo ad to your list on a network? Type the number 1 in. All right, I see lots and lots of people. Justina has, Frank has, what's up, Frank? Betsy has, Michael Rodriguez has, Ronald has. Let's see, we got lots and lots and lots of people saying yes, yes, yes. Okay, so, and a lot of people saying no because you didn't know what those were. And then there's a third option, okay? And this would be basically a private transaction. Okay, what's a private transaction? All right, it doesn't mean that it's like super secret or anything. All it means is if I find a buyer over here in a Facebook group, okay, do you think if that buyer buys something from me, I might write down their email address. I'd probably put it in a list of solo ad buyers, and then I might reach back out to them and say, hey, would you like to have some new traffic? Would you like to buy a solo ad? Maybe if I'm having a slow month, I might go out and I might say, hey, I'm offering 10% off my clicks to my list this week if you're interested in buying. Do you think that, in other words, I might remarket to my buyers? Yes? Okay. That's basically what we do, right? So that's the third way that you can generate some sales. All right. So we've got all 3 of these ways right here. All right. So 3 ways that as a seller, you can start to make a lot of money. Now, here's the cool part. Once you build up this private transaction list, so once you have this list of people that have bought solo ads from you, essentially, this kind of becomes a monthly income. Because for the most part, if somebody buys a solo ad from you, they're likely to come back and buy more, right? Because they're always looking for traffic. Traffic is the name of the game online. If you're just joining us, congratulations, welcome aboard. We're glad to have you here. But think about this. Traffic is the key to being successful on the internet. If you throw a website up and you have nobody coming to it, there will be no money made. It's not possible, right? So traffic is the name of the game. So the struggle for people is always getting traffic. That is always the struggle. Anybody, I don't want to say anybody, but most people can come up with a website, and most people can find an affiliate offer. Most people, look, if you joined our ambassador program, I mean, how hard is that, right? I mean, legitimately, we are talking about there's just not a lot to do other than just send traffic, right? So traffic is the name of the game, all right, online. As a seller, you know that. Your email list is like gold, okay? It's all about quality, okay? So it's all about building a quality email list and then, of course, being able to generate a lot of revenue. Now, how do you get paid from these? This is a cool thing, all right? How do you get paid? Well, if you want to get paid from people in Facebook groups, usually, okay, we get PayPal payments. All right. Everybody familiar with PayPal, yes? Now, I can't tell you that if you're from another country that doesn't accept PayPal or something like that, there may be other options. But for the most part, what I have seen, okay, is that when you sell a solo ad to somebody like in a Facebook group, if you don't have your own merchant account and all that stuff, you can just use PayPal. But there is something that I want you to make sure that you do, because I do not want you to end up losing money, okay? So this is very, 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 very important. You always want to write, you know how when you request money from somebody on PayPal, you can put something in the notes, okay? Have any of you ever requested money from anybody on PayPal? Yes or no? Okay, some of you have, some of you haven't. Hold on. I'm about to log into my PayPal account, which I know you're going to think is insane for me to do that on a webinar, but I'm going to do it anyway. Let's see. But first, of course, I will pause my screen while logging in. That might be smart in case there's anybody lurking trying to steal my PayPal account. All right, let me show you how this is done. Give me 1 second. Let me get in. Plus, it would probably be a good idea not to show all these people's email addresses and stuff. All right. All right. Money. All right, so let me show you this real quick. All right, so you guys can see inside of my PayPal account. Probably I should not be hanging out inside of my PayPal account on a live webinar, but it's all good. Okay, you go right here where it says send or request money. All right, and when you click on this request money thing, you can go right over here. You can either create an invoice, all right, which you don't necessarily have to do, but I personally think that this is the smartest thing to do, is to request, request money through an invoice. But you can also request from customers, right? So you can click this request from customers. You put in their email address. So I'm just gonna pick somebody. I'm pretty sure that I've sent Derek Sharp some money here. That's why it's showing up in here. So we're just gonna click this, and I'm gonna request that Derek pay me some money. Okay, do you guys see right here in the notes section? Okay, so right here in this notes section, all right, I probably likely should not have, should probably just not have Derek. Wait, where'd he go? Well, that's not good. Here, let's just request money from myself. There we go. We've got multiple PayPal accounts, so that worked. Okay, so in this notes section right here, here's what you want to do. You definitely want to write this, so pay attention. You want to write, all sales are final. There are no refunds, okay, once you submit your payment for our product. By submitting your payment, you agree to these terms. Thanks. And then put your name. Here's the thing. People are bad, okay, about telling you, maybe I can zoom in a little bit. You can see it better. Okay, all sales are final. There are no refunds once you submit your payment for our product. Here's the thing. How many of you realize that once you send an email and send traffic to somebody that bought it from you, you can no longer get that back, right? That is a deliverable product that you cannot take back. You cannot undo it. What happens is, if you don't understand if you don't put in writing in the PayPal request that there are no refunds when somebody buys a solo ad from you, there are people out there that will buy the solo ad and then say, I want a refund. And then what they'll do is if you don't give them a refund, they just file a complaint with PayPal. And then your money is tied up. You don't really know if you're going to win the complaint. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. But at the end of the day, it could have all just been avoided had you just simply said no refunds, okay? So all sales are final. There are no refunds once you submit your payment for our product. You could say, for our service. okay? And then by submitting your payment, you agree to these terms. If you put this in this box, I can't say that that 100% guarantees that PayPal will never, ever let somebody win a dispute against you. But what I can say is that it will go a long way towards making sure you win any disputes and that nobody can steal traffic from you. Does that make sense to everybody? Just say yes. Okay. Plus, let's just be honest. We live in a world where people would love to take something for nothing. Okay. It's a pet peeve of mine. I don't enjoy it. I don't like it. And I don't really do a whole lot with it. Some of you want to know the last sentence. There we go. And I don't really do a lot with that myself. Most every product that we have at our company has a no refund policy. It has for years. We've probably only got 2 products that have a refund policy on them. And the reason is because too many people want to buy stuff and then just refund it after they try it for a little while. And I started thinking about this because in our ambassador program, we offer a different source of traffic for ambassadors, solo ads. And somebody actually wrote an email. I can see those emails because I like to know what's going on. But anyway, someone actually wrote an email. One of our ambassadors wrote an email and said he bought 300 clicks. We delivered the 300 clicks. They delivered them. And 3 weeks later decides he wants a refund and says, refund me now before I have to take legal actions. And I'm thinking to myself, A, it says no refunds. B, what logical person thinks that you could buy traffic, get traffic, and then just say refund me? As if you tried it. Like as if you would do that to Facebook or Google, right? Just run an ad on Facebook and decide that you want your money back a month later, or Facebook's going to have legal action. So naturally, I told him to pound sand because that's insane and ridiculous. But the point is there are people out there like that will try to take advantage of you. So my job is to make sure that you, and it wasn't about performance. It wasn't that it didn't convert well. He didn't say any of that. He literally just said, I don't want this traffic. I want my money back. And I'm like, well, you know, I'd like my college tuition back, but it ain't coming back, right? So at the end of the day, it's the way it sits. So, but the point is that you want to make sure you state this very clearly, okay, when you sell traffic with PayPal. And then all you got to do is hit this request payment. Make sure that you get paid first, okay? So make sure that you get paid first, and then you send your traffic, okay? So these are rules of engagement. That's what I call them, rules of engagement, because they're very, very important rules, okay? All right, so that's how we take money in on PayPal. That's how we protect ourselves from any losses from anybody that's up to no good, because there are always people that would like to be up to no good. There's no doubt about that. It's unfortunate, but it is the world that we live in, right? So we just have to kind of deal with it. So remember on this, the no refund. Remember on this to write no refunds. Okay? Now, when you take money from a private transaction, typically you'll use PayPal. Okay? That's a very typical way of getting paid. Now, with these solo ad networks, which are a little different, okay, most of them, so most have an internal wallet system, okay? I think I accidentally put 2 T's on that. Anyway, most have an internal wallet system, which means it's kind of like having a balance with iTunes, right? You can fund your account, you can withdraw money from your account, you can buy and sell solo ads all through there, and then you can transfer that money over to PayPal after the fact. So they provide that safety net for you if you use one of these quote-unquote networks, right? Does that make sense to everybody? Just say yes if that makes sense, okay? For the most part, all of the money is normally sent through PayPal, okay? No matter which one of these you use, you're normally getting paid and or paying someone to, you know, at that particular rate. Okay, now, let's talk about First of all, Facebook groups, okay? Almost all of you know that I have shown you these Facebook groups in the past. All right, I've shown you Facebook groups, and I've shown you that, hey, look, there's a phenomenal opportunity on Facebook to do this. Let me just try to come up in here and just type in like, let's see. I mean, there's just so many of them, but I mean, this one has 35,000. You know, 35,000 members. There's people with all kinds of different groups in here, but let's see. So testimonials. I don't know if I've joined the group on this particular Facebook account, but when you go in here, you can see, and I'm not on my proper Facebook account to be able to see all these, but you can see like this person is posting that they bought clicks from this person, and they're telling you how many they received, what the open rate was, the opt-in rate, all of that good stuff. So it happens, there's 35,000 people in here that you can go in here and sell to. So you can post that you're selling solo ads. There's a ton more though. Like you literally, all you've got to do is search Facebook. You know, a lot of people don't realize that Facebook has a search function, you know? It's kind of an interesting thing, but a lot of people don't realize that. And like, here's another one, Solo Ads Marketplace, right? So this has a little over 4,000 people in it. And you can see right here, you can make posts, right? 100 to 5,000 clicks ready to go. They kind of tell you a little bit about them. I can't see a lot because I'm not members of these groups. But if I was a member, then obviously I could see. So on Facebook, you can connect with almost everyone, okay, that you could possibly think of. Here is something else that you should consider, okay? Always consider this. Here's the thing. You realize that as a seller, that means you're sending emails, right, to people and getting paid to do it. You can do that through, again, through the Facebook groups. You can do it over here through these private transactions. That's just like your previous customers, right? Which makes it very, very easy. And then of course, you've got this one in the middle here, okay, that we're going to talk about in just a second. All right, just kind of do like that. All right. Now, in any of these networks, okay, in any of these networks, you can do what we call, and what a lot of people call, a solo ad swap. This is free. Does everybody know what a solo ad swap is? Just say yes or no. Okay, lots of yeses, but then lots of no's. All a solo ad swap is, this is all it is. Let's just say this is you, all right? And let's just say this is me, all right? And I have my list and you have your list, okay? And then I have my opt-in page and you have your opt-in page, okay? So we both have a list, we both have opt-in pages. Literally all a swap is where I say, look, I'll send you 100 clicks, and in return, you send me 100 clicks. Now we both grow our list, okay? We both grow our list, and we grow it completely free. Does that make sense? It's a solo ad swap. So something we haven't really talked about in the past, and the reason we haven't talked about it is pretty simple, because we've been focused on buying and selling, because you need to learn how to buy and sell in order for it to really make a whole lot of sense. But you can buy and you can sell, but then you can swap. So for those of you that have a smaller list, okay, you can swap your way up to a really big list without ever spending a penny. Literally. I mean, you can literally do this without spending money because you're just going back and forth. Now, there's a caveat. You do have to have some form of a list to start off with, right? So maybe you do something like this, which I think, I mean, this, like, let's just look at a case study, okay? And I don't know exactly. I mean, I don't know if we call it a case study because this is fabricated in my head, but hey, but I still know that it would be true. Let's just say that you have, you have a person over here who has an opt-in page, okay, and no list, all right? Let's just say that you buy 1,000 clicks and it's about $400, okay? Because you can find people that are going to sell it for 40 cents a click when you buy a little more, all right? If your opt-in rate is 30%, all of a sudden you have 300 people on your list, okay? You now have a list. Here's the thing. When you first get your list, okay, when you first get your list, what will happen is your list is massively responsive to the first couple of emails that you send them, okay? So the first 1 to 2 emails are almost always going to have double or triple the open and click-through rate. So right after you buy a solo ad, literally right after you buy one, just like this, all you got to do is then go find a swap partner. So this would be kind of like step 1. Okay, so step 2 is swap with somebody. Okay, 300 people on your list. If you got a good 20% open rate, maybe you probably get more like a 30% open rate on your first email. So let's just say 30% opens. Okay, that's going to give you 90 opens. And then let's say that half of those people clicked, which wouldn't be that far off. Let's just say that your clicks, let's just say that you only get like say 40 clicks out of that, okay? If you sent 2 emails, you could probably hit 100 clicks with 2 emails, okay? So you can probably hit 100 clicks by sending 2 emails. Well then, if you've got a fresh new 100 clicks coming in, you're going to put 30 more people on your list, correct? So now you've got 30 more people on your list. You can go back out and swap another 100 clicks, get 30 more, and you can keep doing that until all of a sudden you can swap 200 clicks. Now your list grows even more. Then you mix in some selling, right? Because you want to get, maybe you want to now make a little money so that you can buy 1,000 more clicks, get 300 more subscribers a little faster. So maybe you swap a couple times, you get your list a little bigger, and then you go out and you say, all right, and you sell 200 clicks, make yourself $100. Go back, take that $100 and buy 200 or 300 clicks with it, right? And you just keep growing your list by swapping and then selling some clicks and then buying some clicks and swapping and selling and buying. And when you do that, you literally can take a very small amount of money just to get off the ground and turn it in to a pretty big list. Now, are you going to kind of what we call burn your list if you're sending emails constantly? Probably. But here's one of the things that I've always learned, okay? And this is just this has always been my mentality. How many of you get emails every single day, okay? How many of you get emails every single day from more people than just me? Just say yes. Okay. All of you get emails. Here's the thing. I had a friend of mine a long time ago tell me that sending an email was like an airplane taking off. He said that every single day that we wake up, it's like an airplane taking off. And if we don't send an email for that day, we can never go back and get that day back. We can never go back and kind of realize the gain that we would have had from that day. Meanwhile, there are going to be other people sending those emails to your list because contrary to what you might believe, everybody's on hundreds of lists, right? So if we're all on all kinds of lists getting tons of emails and you don't send an email for the day, you lose what we call market share. Now, there are some people that will say, well, yeah, but Anthony, if you only sent us one email a week, far more of us would open it. All right, probably true. Well, maybe true, maybe not. But here's the thing. Don't you want to be on people's minds all the time? If you only got one email a week from me, if I just sent you an email on Thursday night and said, getting ready to start, you probably would completely have forgotten about the Success Connection. Maybe you would have forgotten that we were going to be live. But because I email you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you always remember, okay, that we got a webinar on Thursday. And it's literally just always on your mind, okay? So I think it's important, okay? I think it is very important that we always remember that sending an email shouldn't be a scary thing. As long as you're delivering something in that email that benefits you and benefits the customer or the recipient, then you're doing a good thing. If you send them a bunch of porn, okay, well then you're doing a terrible thing and you should probably not send emails. That's just kind of the way I look at it. But if you're doing something good, then that makes sense, all right? Let's see, I had somebody just told me I look better without a beard. I've always had a beard though, always. I've never not had a beard. I guess some days maybe it's just a little thinner than others. But it's been a rough week, rough 3 weeks. My dad is still in the hospital. He came home for 4 days. Last week when I talked to you, my dad was home from the hospital. And Friday morning, woke up, had to send him back to the hospital. He had to go back in the ambulance, emergency room, where we sat for 12 hours, surrounded by people with the flu. And he is still in the hospital. He'll be there a week tomorrow. So in the month of February, my dad's only been out of the hospital 7 days. So definitely rough times, good days and bad days, just like life, you know. It's a roller coaster ride. And I try to practice what I preach. I don't think I do a great job of it with this particular scenario, but I always say, you know, when you're in those valleys, right, in life, whether it's in business or in your relationship, or you know, maybe your job, or maybe it's just with life in general, you know, when you're kind of down in those valleys and you're in a bad moment, it's important to try not to get stuck there, right? How many of you feel like you've been stuck in one of those valleys in life and in business, or in business? Just say yes. All right, so I see lots and lots of people saying yes. And you always have to remember that, you know, life goes in cycles, just like the real estate market moves in cycles, the stock market moves in cycles, heck, the internet moves in cycles, right? There's ups and downs, goods and bads, ins and outs, right? And everything moves in cycles. And so what's important is when you're in one of these downswings, that you stay focused on what's to come, right? Like the next positive thing. And it helps you to get through some of those situations. It's not simple for me with my dad sitting in a hospital right now. This is the first night I haven't been there to see him. It's because I had this webinar. But you see, I'm focused on something positive, which is being here, doing my webinar. I have 1,000 people on here, teaching. This is what motivates me to wake up tomorrow and do something positive, do something good, instead of just staying in that rut and being so depressed, you know? So always important to understand and remember that life moves in cycles. And don't get stuck in the down cycle, and don't think that when you're in the down cycle that you're stuck there. You can control moving out of it. So very important. So with this particular scenario here, there's definitely an opportunity for you to be able to jump in and swap your way, okay, up to a bigger list, all right, without having to spend a lot of money. Now, I do want to caution you that this is not, maybe we should do something like this. This is not a replacement for buying some traffic, right? Don't just go try to have a list of 10 people and swap with people. It'll never happen, okay? You should mix and match in some of the swaps and some of the, some of the bots, because clearly when you buy 1,000 clicks and you get a bunch of people on your list at one time really fast, well, your list is going to grow much faster. Once you've bought your way up to, call it maybe 1,000 people on your list, now when you send an email, you might get a couple hundred, 200, 300 email opens on average, just consistently, not just your first one, but all the emails you send. Now you can really start swapping your way all the way up from 1,000 to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,000 people. And then you mix in some selling and some buying. And at the end of the day, the goal, okay, so write this down because I think this is important. The goal is grow your list. So the goal isn't really to put money in your pocket, not out of the gate. The goal really is to grow your list out of the gate, make it grow, right? Make that list bigger. And then once you've got a really big list, now maybe for the month you go sell a bunch of clicks, right? And make a lot of money. And then maybe the next month you swap around a little bit, but your ideal goal here is you want to grow your list, okay? Now back up here to these 3 options. And this is something that, that I'm going to announce now that I am working on, and I actually have. Do you guys know, like, for instance, let me ask you this. If you were going to buy, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a very good example. If you're going online and you are going to buy watches, okay, what do you think that having like watches.com would be like the pinnacle? Like, that's the best brand, that's the best name, that's the best everything, because it's watches.com. Tons of people are going to go there just because it's watches.com. I mean, people innately are going to just go there. That's why top-level domains sell for millions of dollars. I tried to buy watches.com, and the guy wouldn't sell it to me for $2 million. So put that in perspective. He ended up selling it a few years later. And so, you know, I'm not in the watch business. But what I am doing right now for my Success Connection students is I am building you your very own network. And I am building it on a domain name that nobody else can compete with. And what that means is you will be able to get in to a solo ad network that will connect you with buyers and with sellers, and you'll be able to all do it in one place at one time with me promoting it, putting thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people in there that will want to buy traffic and they'll want to sell traffic to you. Because of course, I know all my solo ad vendors and all that's people we buy traffic from will join this network. This is going to be awesome. And the reason it's going to be awesome is because if we give you the right opt-in pages and we give you the right emails to send out, and then we put you in a place where you can find the right people to buy and to sell from. It is, I'm not saying it's impossible for people to not make money, but what I will say is that it's plausible that you probably will be able to generate some success when you have a network that was built for you. So this is not a network that I'm building to go try to sell it and all that stuff. I want to really put you together with what I think will be just tons and tons of people that will buy traffic from you and will sell you traffic so that you can swap your way around, build a better list, and there is a possibility that I will make one of my lists available inside of that network, probably just for swaps, not to sell it, not trying to sell a bunch of traffic to you. I don't want to be in the selling traffic game. But I have a huge list that I've built from solo ads. It's over 300,000 subscribers, and we clean it every day. We delete people off of it. It's over 300,000 subscribers. That what we might do is swap with some of our students, some of our are people inside of the solo ad network, and it will be literally the #1. Like, there's good, and then there's just the best, and it will be just the best. And I know that because of what we've kind of put in place. I've been working on that kind of behind the scenes, acquiring what I need to make it work. And of course, you guys know I've had a rough month with my own health, and then of course with my dad's health. And so things have progressed a little slower than I usually would have them progress. But the solo ad network will be available, and the very first people to join will be the people on our Success Connection. So you'll be able to hop in there, set up your account. I'm actually going to set it up to where you don't even have to have PayPal if you don't want to have PayPal, where we'll process everything, and then we'll be able to pay you out. So we can send you checks, wire transfers, or PayPal. That way you don't ever have to worry about the security of your money, right, and of your sales. So I've got a lot of stuff that we're working on with that. It's going to be phenomenal. And once we release it, the goal is to have you guys trained and to have you working in this ecosystem here, right? So that when we release this, all right, we'll offer you the opportunity to be in it and use it. And no, I'm not planning to sit there and charge a bunch of money or anything like that for it. Just, you'll know about it, right? Because I'll tell you. And then you'll be able to truly just jump right in and start making money, because you'll already be so far ahead of the game because you've had so much training. You know how to find buyers in Facebook groups. You know how to then turn those buyers into private transaction sales, which I think is very important. You'll know how to work through different, quote unquote groups. Right now, I would be kind of careful with the types of groups and the things that we do inside of these types of networks, right? Now, there are a couple of networks that I have used in the past, just testing them out. And I've got, let's see here. All right, hold on. All right, so there are a couple of networks. One of them is Udemy. I don't know if any of you have heard of Udemy. Maybe, let me just tell it. I want to see this. So Udemy has, and you can see that I don't go in here and buy a bunch of, traffic or anything like that. But Udemy is, because I don't need to buy traffic in there, I probably know the individuals in there individually that I can get the traffic from. But Udemy is one, and I'll give you guys the link. I actually put the link inside of your page here. Hold on. All right, so I put a link to Udemy in here, and then I put a link to Safe Swaps, which I'll give you guys this link in just a second. But Udemy is a place where you can go in and buy clicks. You can see that sellers put how much their clicks are going to cost. They also show you if people make sales, which is, I think, really good. And it's kind of cool. It shows you kind of where people are in the country and around the world. It also shows you who's logged in, which I think is also pretty cool. I'm guessing that's probably Abby. So you can see there's just tons and tons and tons of people that log into here. So there's Udemy, and then there's Safe Swaps, right? Safe Swaps has been around forever, like ever and ever and ever. Safe Swaps. So these are networks, right? These are the only two networks that I know people that have used them that have done well. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I personally am running around buying traffic from them, because I'm not, right? But John Williamson says he's bought thousands from several Udemy sellers and is happy with it, right? So there's lots and lots of sellers on there, and they give you ratings and things like that. Our network will have the same stuff. So inside of your, the page that we've built you, we put a couple of links here to Udemy and Safe Swaps. Here's the thing. You can never really have too many networks that you could be a part of. Does that make sense to everybody? Because look, if you can post your list, like, hey, you can buy 100 clicks from John, and if John posts it on Udemy and Safe Swaps and in a Facebook group and emails a list of people who have previously bought from him, and then happens to also post it in the network I create for you, like, you exponentially increase the chances of somebody buying those 100 clicks from you. Does that make sense to everybody? So it's very important to utilize all options and all opportunities, okay? At least that's kind of how I've always seen it, right? So you've got networks. Let's pull back up my whiteboard. You've got networks, you've got groups, and then you've got pretty much the direct sales to individuals who have bought from you in the past, all right? These are the 3 types of ways that you can buy and sell your solo ad traffic. And this is the cycle. I want you to go back through this over the weekend and really kind of draw this out yourself. You know, it's kind of funny because I've seen so many people that tell me, yeah, I understand it, Anthony, and then I see you post 10 minutes later in our Facebook group and say, I don't understand it. And I'm like, but you just said you understood it. It's because anything seems easy or easy to understand when all you're doing is watching it. When you're actually doing it, all of a sudden, you get a little like, wait a minute, I don't know if I know everything. I don't know if I know enough to click that button. So my advice is you have to start somewhere. So you might as well do it, okay, to get started. If you haven't done anything yet, then you are right here, okay? You are this little guy right here, and you need one of these little things right here, okay? You need a squeeze page, and you need to buy some traffic so that you have the opportunity to build a list and start this whole churning for your business. Does that make sense to everybody? All right, now we've built you some of these pages right here. In fact, I'll show you. I forgot I had them in here, and I had them pulled up earlier, and then I lost them, and then here they are. Okay, so we gave you these pages last week. These are solo ad opt-in pages. They look like, for instance, this one right here. Very simple, very easy, because our idea is to maximize our potential, okay? So we want to maximize our potential and maximize the opt-in rate. So that's what we're doing with this particular type of opt-in page. Now, we also had our students make a lot of opt-in pages that I bought for you. You can see that there are just tons and tons and tons of these. Let me tell you right now, we sent about 5,000 clicks to these particular pages, okay? Some of these, we haven't tested them all yet. And right now, okay, now this is preliminary, 5,000 clicks. This page right here outproduced and outperformed every single one of them. Literally all of them, by about 6%. So the next best one was 6%. We're going to pull, once I'm finished, we're going to pull them all together and show you the overall stats. But I saw some of my ambassador students talking about this, and I want to be very clear on something. Just because this page right here has a 6% higher opt-in rate right now than, say, some of these other pages down here, that does not mean that every single time you buy a solo ad, you would get a higher opt-in rate on that page than some of the others. It means over a lot of traffic and a long time, it would then increase your opt-in percentage. Normally when you're testing, and it would be slightly hard for me to do it with this many pages, typically when you're testing, you want to have about 1,000 clicks to each page before you determine which one is actually the winner. Does that make sense to everybody? So if you have, I see lots of people saying yes. Okay, so if you have like our software Build Redirects, which I sent an email to a lot of people about that today, you can go in and just split, say 10 pages, take 10 pages and just let them keep running. And unless you see one that's just, oh my God, terrible, like unless you see one that's half the opt-in rate of the others, if they're all somewhat close, within 5% of each other, then I would just let them all run until you have pushed enough traffic to prove that one is actually greater than the other, right? So what we did was we tested 5 of these pages. I think it was 5 of these pages, these first 5, and we put 1,000 clicks to each one. And over the 1,000 clicks, this one converted at a higher percentage. But again, testing is the biggest key to being successful with this. That's the reason why I give you all these pages. I mean, there's a lot of pages in here, and they're all significantly different. I mean, you know, some of them just different content, different text, but you know, you'll see something like this. This doesn't look anything like this. These are 2 different styled pages, sizes, everything is totally different on these pages. So remember that, and remember that when you do something like this, it's all about the opt-in rate, right? Right now, what we're seeing, and I hesitate to even talk about this because you know, there's always this struggle between telling you guys about products and stuff versus teaching you the right thing, and it's always kind of a struggle, right? But right now, we're seeing about 70% of traffic is mobile. 70% of the solo ad traffic that we're getting is mobile. So 30% is desktop. Okay? So 70% mobile, 30% desktop. Now, what that means is you want to focus as much as you can on this mobile optimization, okay? You want to focus as much as you can on mobile optimization. Even from solo ads, people have a propensity to click and to open and to be involved on their mobile phones. Now, we have a I mean, my mobile opt-in rate is really, really high, right? I mean, we've seen 60% opt-in rates on the mobile traffic. There are tricks and there are things and there are ways to get more opt-ins on mobile traffic that we've developed over the course of many, many, many years. So there's things that we'll teach you down the road. There's things that I'll talk to you about down the road, because I don't want to always be, talking about my products. But like Robert says, is watching this on his mobile phone. It's just part of it. So I personally use ClickFunnels. So I use all of this stuff in ClickFunnels, but I also use, and I probably can't log in because I don't have it on here, but I use this software that we have right here. Just in total transparency, when I tell you my numbers, typically my numbers might sometimes be a little bit inflated because I use mobile opt-in on all the mobile traffic. So when I get mobile traffic, it goes to a mobile opt-in page, and then my desktop traffic ends up going to, say, this page, right? So what I do is I recreate this page inside of the mobile opt-in software, and that increases my opt-in rates, right? So I literally just move things over. And that's a good question. Some of our mobile opt-in users said, are we going to pull these templates into mobile opt-in? That's what I'm working on right now, is taking all the templates from here, putting them in mobile opt-in, so you can actually use mobile opt-in with the same template. But for those of you asking questions, I don't have a huge, long time. I don't have much time left to be talking about mobile opt-in. But what it does is, instead of, like, you know how if we were to look at this page right here, and this just gives you ideas to think about, right? If you looked at this on a mobile device, so this is what it'll look like on a mobile device. One of the things we found is that when people are on a mobile device, they have a lower propensity to sit there and type in their email address because maybe they're walking or they're moving, whatever, right? They're on the go. And they also have a higher propensity to put in the wrong email address, right? Because at the end of the day, well, you know, they're typing on a mobile phone. What Mobile Opt-in does, and what I think is, well, what makes it work for us is it eliminates this box right here. This box, like, does the typing part goes away. And then when you click on, say, this red button right here, it automatically grabs the email address out of the user's phone and opts it into your email list. So what ends up happening for us is somebody on their mobile phone gets a solo ad from us, right? Or they get our solo ad. And they see it, and they click the link on their phone. They go to our opt-in page, which looks just like this, but there's nowhere for them to type. It just simply says, send my profit playbook. So they tap it, and when they tap it, it gets the email address out of their phone, sends us that email address, and puts it in our email list, and there's no typing. We also get the real address. They can't type the wrong thing or give us a fake one and all that stuff because we get it right out of their phone. So we got the best email address, and we've got the easiest opportunity to grab that email address, right? So does that make sense, everybody? So we'll talk about it. Maybe I'll do off the Success Connection a mobile opt-in workshop for those of you that have mobile opt-in, so I can show you how to start using that with this, because this is a huge part of what we do. And of course, if you don't have mobile opt-in and you're interested in it, or you want me to tell you more about it, you can actually watch the webinar. All you got to do is just go into your members area and click on this little icon here, and then register for the webinar, and there's a little auto webinar. It'll show you how to use it. But always be looking for the edge, and always be looking for things that you can do to increase that opt-in rate, because we have to remember that a massive amount of traffic is on mobile phones now. And it's and we've seen that the traffic that comes in on a mobile phone is actually less likely to buy something right now, but they're more likely to click on the links in the emails. Isn't that crazy? So what that means is, if you are selling solo ads, the fact that 70% of the traffic is on a mobile device is great for you, because they have a higher propensity to open and click, right? So it makes it extremely easy for you to start generating those sales, and then of course, you know, getting the clicks and making money. So and another thing is like I told you last week, if you get a high click-through rate, you're going to make more money, right? When you know for a fact that you have the real email address for a client, like there's no fake, like it's their cell phone email address stored here, you know that every single person you send an email to literally is a real email address. No secondary ones, no fake ones, all that stuff. So these are the types of things that help us gain the edge and make a little more than everybody else. And that's what's really important, is always having the edge, always having and making more than other people. When I was in Little League Baseball, you know, my dad used to take me all over the country to find the best baseball bat. I mean, TPX, I remember it. And we would always get the big barrels and would test them and all these things. And I always had the best baseball bat. I paid more for it. But in theory, every time I swung the bat, I had a better chance of hitting the ball further than the people that had the bats that were not as, you know, tested and awesome and all that kind of stuff. So always give yourself the edge. You can excel more, right? All right, so here's what's coming up. So this is important stuff. So you guys will want to pay very close attention. All right, so next week. And by the way, those of you asking for these opt-in pages, I'm going to give them to you. I will give them out tonight. This may be the last time I really talk a lot about these opt-in pages. How many of you don't have these opt-in pages? Type number 2 in if you do not have them. You definitely need them. They're free. You have to have ClickFunnels. I'm sure you figured that out. You already know that. Okay, so type number 2s. All right, so if you don't have them, I will share with you where to get them in just a second. I'll give you a link. You can download them for free. All right, it takes just a couple of seconds. So next week, here's what we're going to do on the Success Connection. I am going to give away my personal opt-in page for solo ads. I will only do this live, no replay, no extension. Meaning, if you're here live, you'll get it. If you're not here, you won't. That's how I'll prevent giving it to thousands of people. I legitimately will cut it off before we get off the webinar next week. You will know it will. The link will not work. So I would attend if you want. All right. I'm going to do a final putting it all together solo ad workshop. That's where I'm going to take you start to finish. We're going to go through every single thing, and we're going to make sure you know everything about it. I'm going to give you details on your new solo ad marketplace. I'm also going to let you give me some feedback on the things and the features that you would like, because I'm still programming it and building it, okay? And then final chance, or the final thing is our ambassador program. Ambassadors. We have got some new funnels for our ambassador program. It has taken me a little bit of time to get to the point, because of all the things going on right now for me. It has taken me a little bit of time to get to this point. But what we're going to do is we're going to release the new funnels. Okay, so we're going to release the new funnels for all of our ambassadors. Okay, so anybody that's an ambassador, you'll get access to these new funnels. You wouldn't need them if you weren't an ambassador. It wouldn't make any sense. And then we will open up the monthly ambassador sign up. This is for anybody who has not signed up to date. Now, I will tell you this. My plan is to, next week, is that I am going to close down my personal links for the ambassador program, including the ones in your members area, because we're starting to have a lot of our ambassadors make sales. We've got a few ambassadors that have made over $2,500 now in commissions. And so we're starting to have a lot of ambassadors that are actually making good sales. I don't really want to be out there promoting our ambassador program when I have all of my ambassadors promoting the ambassador program. Hello. Wouldn't it make sense? So we will close down all of our options next week. So you have between now and next week to get into the ambassador program on our normal rates, right? Like whatever we have now. If you want to watch the replay on that, even if you are an ambassador right now and you just want to watch the replay, you can watch it right here. So you might want to write these. Let's go through these websites real fast. I put up a replay of our webinar. I just put it into the chat box for you. You can write that website address down, watch it. I'm going to take that replay page down from the live feeds and only put it into our ambassador funnels. I literally just made this tonight. So if you want to watch the replay, even if you're an existing ambassador and you can ask them for replays, and I don't even know where they are, I made this replay page. You can check it out, okay? So it'll be super, super simple for you to do that. You'll probably, of course, want to be a member of our Facebook group. If you're not, this is the link to our Facebook group. That's the Success Connection, go.bsc.com/group. All right. So super, super important that you check that out. Join the group. That's where everybody is. That's where everybody's talking. You can actually connect with everybody on this webinar in the group, and you can do it completely free. And everybody helps everybody. It's It's really an awesome opportunity. So I highly suggest that you take advantage of that. Now, I want everybody to write this website address down right here. Okay, write this down. I'm putting it in the chat box. go.bsc.com/funnel. This is the page where you will go and get all of these free funnels. So if you want these funnels, we can put those into your account tonight. You can have this page, and every other page tonight. They are listed right here on basically the Success Connection members page, okay? So there's a couple of things I'm gonna go through with you really fast on here, and then we'll wrap things up. First thing is, when you get to this page, there's a password. A lot of you are typing, what's the password? I'll give you the password in a minute. The password changes every week to prevent other people from getting on here, prevent other people from getting all these assets that I put together for my students. This is not something that I give to everybody, so I change the password every week. So the first thing to do is we have some special Facebook alerts, okay? These alerts are free. If you click this link right here, it will send you a Facebook message. And then once you get the Facebook message, you have to reply to it, or you have to click the little button in it. And it signs you up for our Facebook alerts, okay? Facebook alerts let me, A, remind you when our webinar starts, and B, just like this week, I sent out a Facebook alert to a lot of people, and some of you said you didn't get them, but I believe that it was because I scheduled it to go out, and it sent like at 4 a.m. or something, and I think Facebook thought it was full. I didn't know what time. I was in the hospital, so it is what it is. So I'm going to send it out again this week. But basically, our Facebook alerts allow me to send you things before the webinars each and every week. So you want to sign up for Facebook alerts. Down here, you'll see that we have all these free funnels. So we don't just have the 10 or 15 funnels for solo ads. We have funnels 1 through 3, funnels 4 through 7, funnels 8 through 11. All of these funnels you can install into your ClickFunnels account tonight by just clicking the download button. They all come with all kinds of stuff. Some of them have videos. Some of them have autoresponder lists. Some of them had solo ad emails. I mean, there's so many assets. You're talking about 3 years worth of assets for the Success Connection, all in here completely free. And then down at the very bottom, you will see right here where it says Solo Ad Workshop Assets. And it says you can get all of the solo ad funnels right here. All you gotta do is click this button. You can get all of the stellar email swipes right here. If you want to sign up for the, like Udemy is free. I think Safe Swaps cost money, but if you want to be a member of one of these networks now, you can join them here. It's all kind of, I try to put all of your little assets in one section where you can go one place, and every time you go there, you can get what you need, right? So obviously you can use these networks if you want to buy solo ads from those networks. You will also have to have, in order to download these funnels, you have to have ClickFunnels. You can get a free trial to ClickFunnels right here. For those of you that are new, okay, most people already know this by now, but for those of you that are new, please understand that is a ClickFunnels affiliate link. If you click it, you will get 2 weeks for free with ClickFunnels. In that 2 weeks, you can install all of these funnels. You'll have every one of these pages. You can put this in your own account, boom, have your own opt-in page in 3 seconds that I designed for you, and then have many more that all of our other students have designed and I actually bought from them. So I paid $10 for each page. I think I spent $150 or $200 in here, and we bought all of these pages. You can have them completely free, but you have to have ClickFunnels to have them, because you can click one button, puts them all in your account. Makes it very simple for me and very easy for me to deliver these pages to you. But it is an affiliate link. If that bothers you, all you got to do is go to clickfunnels.com and sign up. I don't really care if it's under my link or not. It's irrelevant. You can do it either way, but you will still get the free funnels. Okay? Does that make sense to everybody? Say yes. I think most everybody has it by now, but you got to remember we have new students coming in every week. And if you're new, then I'm sure you figured out that the Success Connection is not about one specific product or program or software or anything like that. I cover everything on here. This is a training that I do to help you guys learn internet marketing, build a successful business, and I don't focus on any one thing because not everybody on here has everything, right? Everybody's kind of got different programs and trainings, but they all come together because no matter what you're doing, You still need to know email marketing. You might still need mobile opt-in to increase your opt-in percentages. You might need email domination to truly know how to send those emails the right way, increase your open rates and click rates, which makes you more money. You might want fan page domination to build your email list faster and generate more traffic. You might want the ambassador club so that you have a way to actually make money, right, from the stuff that you have. You might need build redirects to optimize your click. I mean, there's so many, you get the point. Everything we're doing ties together with anything that you might have. So it's really something that's relatively simple to understand, but the Success Connection training in and of itself is all about getting you to the right place to make some money. You can use all of my courses and softwares that you happen to have, and any course and software that you want. I get emails all the time, people saying, how do I get this course? How do I get that course? I oftentimes wonder, like, are you engaged in the process? Because if you are, every one of our courses is delivered right here inside of the same portal. So if you want any of these courses that you don't have, all you've got to do is just click the link, and there's a button down here, and you can watch an enrollment presentation, and you can, you know, if you want it, you can get it. So always go log into your members area, to your members portal, where we've put everything for you so that you have access to it all in one place at one single time. That, I think, is extremely important. All right. All right. So with that said, what I will do is don't forget to get the Facebook alerts too, because the Facebook alerts help me to be able to remind you guys to get on the webinars and stuff like that. So with this page, all right, to get to this page and to get your free funnels and all of those good stuff, or all of those good things, there is a password. That password is also a keyword that goes towards a $5,000 Invest in You contest. Now, we made a huge announcement tonight about me building you your very own solo ad marketplace that you're going to be able to just do business in and make money with, and it's all completely built for you, which I think is pretty cool. How many of you are excited about that? Just say yes. All right, good, good, good. I see lots and lots and lots of people saying, oh, that's good. I'm glad that you're excited because it's a lot of work. It'll cost a lot of money. I won't make any money on it. But my goal is to have people cranking out success stories. Our ambassadors are cranking them out every day. They post them in our ambassador Facebook group. But I mean, I just made my first sale. I just made my second sale. Grant, he's literally made, I think, $2,000 or $3,000 or so now. And his leads are starting to get deeper into the funnel and generate more sales. So from different products, it's exciting to me to see people making money and to see it all coming together after 3 years of really pushing hard and staying dedicated to this. It is extremely exciting to me to see people having success and making money. So I'm doing the best I can to give you every opportunity and every asset and every kind of plug-in that you can possibly have. Plug you into each thing that can help you truly make money. So I am excited about it. Look, if you love tonight's webinar, leave me some feedback on Facebook. Go in the Facebook group. Tell me you enjoyed it. Give me a rating. Tell me what you hated about it. I read through those things. It helps me to learn a little more about what I like, what I don't like, what I should do, and what I shouldn't do, which is always beneficial to me. So it'd be great. You can go on Facebook right here. You can go to this link, go.bsc.com/Facebook, right there. And on my Facebook page, you will actually see we're live on Facebook. Because, oh, look, that was me at the dentist a year ago. Let's see. You'll see that I'm live on Facebook. You can leave me some comments here on our post. So if you're here and you're watching, leave me some comments right here on Facebook. And what I'll do is when I hop off of here, I will pick a winner and give away $100. Last week I posted it right on here. So I'll post it right in here again. So I'll pick a $100 cash prize winner and give it away if you leave me a comment on Facebook and just let me know what you thought about tonight. I don't make any money if you leave me comments, but hey, at the end of the day, it'd be great. So with that said, you can go to my Facebook page, leave a comment. Here is your page, and here is your password for the night. Let's see. Our password, because tonight's theme was all about getting paid. The password is paid, P-A-I-D. That is the password for tonight. The password for tonight is paid. So you can go to this page. You can get all of those funnels. remember that the funnels close down at midnight. What that means is if you want those funnels, if you want all of these funnels down here, you need to go now to the Solo Ad Funnels and click this download button immediately, okay? If you don't have ClickFunnels, by the way, if you don't have ClickFunnels, this is important. You have to have, first thing you need to do is get ClickFunnels here. You can get it for free right now. Point is, you have to be logged into ClickFunnels. Log into your account. Once you log in, go down here and click on this download button. It'll instantly put all of those pages right into your ClickFunnels account. Does that make sense to everybody? Just say yes. Type the number 1 in if you don't have our free pages. Type number 1 in if you don't have any of my funnels. That'll let me see how many new people we have. So Renee, Pamela, Sophie, Karen, Maddie, Pauline, John, Dennis, Rick, James, Daniel, Paul, Craig, Purvis, Mohammed, Chris, Lisa. Now there's just tons of you typing 1. So we got new people every single week. So listen, if you're new and you don't have these pages, I highly suggest you get them. We give them to you free, and we do them every single week. You may want to download all of the funnels that are in here. They're all free. You've got the Solo Ad Funnels here. You really don't need the Ambassador Program stuff unless you've joined that. But then you've got funnels 8 through 11. This is free books and free members areas. You've got funnels 4 through 7, which is promoting ClickFunnels to make money. So this is these funnels are all designed to do that. We even have video assets for you to use. And then you have funnels 1 through 3, which was my free book funnels that we released. All of these funnels are available until midnight tonight, and then these links don't work anymore. So the first step would be to get ClickFunnels, log into your account, and then come back and start clicking these links. And when you click these links, it'll just instantly download and install all these pages in your account. You will 100% own those pages. I have no control over them and won't see anything for them or about them in there at all. So let's see. All right, got lots and lots of people. Some of you are saying you don't. If you don't see the links to the Solo Ad networks, remember to refresh, right? And let me take a quick look, but I think I might not have saved it. Hold on one second. There's a potential that I didn't save it. So one momento. For those of you that wanted those, let me go look and see. I know it looks like it's spinning on there. It's just because I'm over here. No, I saved it. Okay, yeah, so if you don't see those, you need to refresh. Do a hard refresh because they're definitely there. They're down here at the bottom. And you just have to do a hard refresh because if you've been on this page before, you might not see the new stuff, okay? So hard refresh sometimes means holding the shift key and refreshing the page, and then you should see it. And if you don't see it, then it's sometimes ClickFunnels. Earlier today, we updated a page and it just took a little while. So does anybody see those links? Just say yes if you see those links on that page. Okay, so lots of people saying they did get them. So if you don't have them, remember, you got to refresh your page, clear your cookies or something like that, because that's the reason why you're not seeing those links on the page. It's because I saved them and you've probably got this thing cached. So you'll want to do that. The password, yes, the password is right here. Let me just pull this up. Password. All right, let's see. Password is paid. The link is go.bsc.com/funnel. All right. So that is where you go. And of course, you've got your free trial to ClickFunnels. For those of you asking about the Ambassador Program, there is a link to it right here. It's go.bsc.com/AMB. You can write that down. That'll be available for you for a little while, not for too long, but for long enough for you to watch it. So these are all of your links. I'll leave these up on the screen for just a second. Some of you are saying you don't see the links yet. They're definitely there. So hold on. Let me just save it again. ClickFunnels is, like I said earlier today, we saved something we were doing for a Facebook ad, and it took it a little while to appear. So I just saved it again. You guys can try refreshing again and see if you see it. because I just hit the save button again. So that's the best I can do. All right, does anybody see the links now? Yes? All right, let's see. All right, so if for any reason you don't see it, just keep trying. Those links aren't going anywhere. So I see a lot of people saying yes, they got them, and some people saying no, they don't. I think it's just on ClickFunnels' side. I think it's just they're having a hard time or a slow time updating things. So today I noticed it earlier too. So if you don't see them, it's okay. Just remain calm. Those links will be there whenever ClickFunnels updates, right? Somebody said just now showed up, James did. So just keep refreshing, and I think they'll pop up for you. Somebody said now they're there. So it's just a matter of sometimes ClickFunnels takes a little while to propagate the changes. But Jim says they're finally up. Everybody sees them. Very good. Awesome. Well, listen, guys, thank you so much. Remember, get your ClickFunnels account. If you don't have it, visit all the links that you see on the screen. Leave me some comments on Facebook. Make sure you're here next week, because next week we're giving away my #1 solo ad page, like the one we use in our business. You're going to get live on the Success Connection. It will not be left open until midnight. It will only be open while we're live, and I'm only going to leave it open for probably 5 minutes, and then I'm cutting it off. We're going to do a putting it all together workshop. Okay. Karen says signing up to ClickFunnels now. Dope, Karen. Congratulations. By the way, I'm not like the ClickFunnels ambassador. I just, I use ClickFunnels. It's easy for me to give things to my students. It's easy for me to teach you to build things with it. I mean, look, it's a great product, and so why recreate it, right? So we're going to do a putting it all together workshop. We're also going to talk a little bit more about the solo ad marketplace. Brenda says just signed up for ClickFunnels. Cool. And then we are going to go over the brand new Ambassador Club funnels. I'm going to hook you guys up with the last opportunity to get in on the Ambassador Club, and then that will be that. And we will let our ambassadors do what they do, which is make sales, generate traffic, and make money, which is really, really awesome. Jefferson says, I'm going to sign up too. Great. It's all good. You guys can sign up for ClickFunnels or not sign up for ClickFunnels. Or if you already have ClickFunnels, that's phenomenal. The only reason that I ever even talk about ClickFunnels, like I said, is because I use it. And since I use it, it makes it easy for me to give you guys funnels. It makes it easy for me to teach. You know, we've got people on here right now that know how to build pages, know how to integrate autoresponders, and just know how to do things they've never, ever, ever would have known how to do without the Success Connection. But the Success Connection had, in my opinion, one breakage, like one thing there that didn't make, not that it didn't make sense, but that it really wasn't, in my opinion anyway, it wasn't the easiest way for me to teach, because I was teaching and people would have to go try to figure out how to do stuff, right? Like, how do I set up a page? How do I do this? How do I do that? Nobody really knew how to do it. Now I can just do it for you, give it to you, and you know, you can rock it out. And then I can teach you how to do it, and we're all using the same platform. So when I teach, you can implement. You're not trying to do it on WordPress or some other thing. You're literally using the same exact thing I'm using in my business. And then when you get into our Facebook group, which all of you should do, there's a link on your screen. It's free. Now, all you've got is tons and tons and tons of people that are doing it on the same platform, that are sitting there with you, helping you. And so when I put all that stuff together, I just thought, man, that's great, you know? So it's really helped us to have a more productive and a more successful community here, which is what we really wanted. So with that said, listen, guys, thank you so much. I hope you had a great Success Connection time with me. I hope you learned an awful lot. The links are on the screen. You can get ClickFunnels or all of your funnels for those of you that are already in. You've got everything that you need here. I'll give you some time to write these down. I hope you have a safe weekend, a productive weekend. Remember, like I always say, do a little something this weekend for your business, and stay focused on the end goal, which is success. And I'll see you all right here, same place, same time, next Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Success Connection. Take care, everybody. Good night.